Self-inflicted pain's a beautiful thing, motherfucker. Now look, when I say self-inflicted pain, don't get it twisted. I'm not encouraging any of you to go out and do some some of that emo shit. Emo shit. That's not what I want. What I want is for some of you and myself to go out and do some of that against ego shit, against hyphen ego shit. Because look, the ego be telling you what to do all the motherfucking time. For example, the ego says, do this way. And when we go against our ego in the course of action, we are made uncomfortable. And that uncomfort is resistance. Resistance is just wishing things were a different way. So if our ego is telling us that we can't do a certain thing that we know is the best thing for us to do, we're uncomfortable. We feel resistance because we want to follow the course of action that our ego is recommending, and that is pain. Look, I think of resistance as pain, so I don't want you to get twisted or anything like that. Pain is motherfucking beautiful when it's proactive, okay? So if you have come to the realization through self-analysis and all that type of stuff that perhaps it's not the best thing for you to do to what's a good example? What's the ego? What's the ego? Man, there's so many examples every motherfucking second of the day. Okay, look. Man, I'm having a bit of a blank. Fuck, man. Shit, what do I do, dog? Look. The ego is telling you in the morning to get that shower on nice and warm before you step in. Alright, this is an example of my own life. In the morning, getting in the shower, you have it nice and warm. Now, proactive pain that I have recently started to implement upon my, I'm not even going to say upon myself, I'm going to say upon my ego, is every morning I get in front of that motherfucking shower spitter, the hose, what do you even call it, the fucking spurter, the fucking long things, I get in front of that shower, I stand there, all myself exposed, and I turn that motherfucker on cold, okay? And I feel everything. Now, the pain when you identify with your ego and you're wanting it to be warm is the, oh, it's so good, oh, the resistance, oh, I want to get it hot, I want to get it hot, oh, all in your mind. But when you just stand there, and you feel that, when you don't even acknowledge it, when you're like, whatever, I'm feeling the resistance, cool, and you just let that cold water take over your body, well, I'll tell you what I feel motherfucking alive. And then, because I actually turn it on warm, I turn it on warm and it's cold for a good 15-20 seconds, and then the gas heater pumps in, it starts to get warm. Recently, when it gets warm, I've been starting to almost feel a little tad disappointed. It's fucking beautiful when it's cold. Now, when you implement pain proactively, the reason that I have proactively started to turn the water on cold in the morning is to kind of let that not succumbing to the ego's resistance in wanting it to be warm, let kind of carry on into different daily activities that I do. For instance, I'm sure many of you study. Now, when you're studying, you're feeling that resistance, oh, we should just do this, but doing it anyway, it's going in the face of the ego. And something such as letting a shower go on you cold and letting that be instead of, oh, waiting for it to get warm, that is letting you grow your non-resistance muscle. So the shower, carry on to other activities. Now, that shower is just one example. Now, I just really quickly want to touch on the fact that making these motherfucking videos is proving to be a lot more therapeutic to me than I initially planned. I know motherfucking guru, yo, like, I've got sort of that knowledge, I believe anyway, whatever. But, really, I mean, in making these videos, it's really making me realise how much I'm really, perhaps not living up to principles such as the pain is beautiful in my daily life as I'd like to be doing. And really, I mean, in creating videos like this, the pain is beautiful. It's more than anything a challenge for my motherfucking self. Because if I'm creating a video like this, telling all you guys, oh, your pain is beautiful, I understand it as a principle. However, that doesn't mean that in everyday life I'm always got my head screwed on in the present moment, not identify with my ego and just constantly putting myself through proactive pain in order to grow. No, not at all, man. Not at all. And I'm really disappointed in that fact. I'm not disappointed in the fact in the past that I've done that, but I'm disappointed when I go out and I'm talking about these principles and living it, but I'm not necessarily in a situation where I don't endure proactive pain upon myself, and I stay within the narrow confines of my comfort zone, and I know that's not the best thing to do. I feel real disappointed. So look, I mean, mostly for myself, but I mean, I want all you motherfuckers to join me. Man, let's start fucking inflicting some of that proactive pain upon ourselves. As I said before, obviously, by proactive pain, I'm not saying to go out and fucking cut your wrists, okay? That's fucking ridiculous. And I want to, I'm starting to ramble on a bit. When I say inflict proactive pain upon ourselves, if you understand, you have an objective, a personal objective for your own life situation, and you understand that there are certain actions that you should be taking in order to meet that objective. It's actions that are not within the confines of your comfort zone, and actions that your ego will inevitably say, no, I don't like this, and put you through some feelings of resistance, aka pain. Man, let's do it anyway in the face of our stupid motherfucking ego. Feel that pain, feel that cold water in the morning, and let it be. Let it be for the greater good. Because eventually, once the ego picks up on the fact that, not the fact, but once the ego starts to, after repetition, see that it doesn't have control over us in whatever situations we're enduring pain on ourselves in, after a while, the ego starts to adapt. Because in feeling that pain, we're learning that we can do it. It is becoming a part of our reality. And feeling that pain, the ego starts to accept it. And the ego is gonna say, okay, cold showers in the morning, and liking it, that's something that I advocate for. And that's growth, motherfucker. That's growth. Really, when I talk about growth, I'm talking about the ego expanding its realm of what it allows without punishing you with a little bit of negative emotion or something like that, without resistance. Now, motherfucker, mistake gang. I want to start this mistake gang where we go out and we be making mistakes. We be putting ourselves in situations where we're feeling a bit of pain. We're going to have to realise that we're not perfect. Because those mistakes, those little bits of pain, only thing's gonna let us sharpen the motherfucking sword, okay? Peace. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for so much more content. It's only gonna get better and better. I'm learning. I'm learning in this process of creating videos, and I'm looking at them afterward, and I'm realizing, at times perhaps I ramble a bit. And, that's not necessarily pain. In the past, I would have perceived that as pain because I'm putting content out there that perhaps shows that, I'm not perfect. I don't put out the perfect video yet. But through trial and error, I'm not identifying with that pain and shit, man. My shit is gonna fucking get sharpened. You best believe that, motherfucker. Subscribe to my shit. So much coming. Shit. I'm gonna change the world with this shit, and I want you motherfuckers to join me. Best believe. Peace.